first American president, successful commander in the American Revolutionary War. George Washington. Second American president, first president to live in the White House. John Adams. Third American president, principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson. Fourth American president, declared war against the British Empire in 1812. James Madison. Fifth American president, known for the doctrine that opposed European intervention in the Americas. James Monroe. Sixth American president, the only candidate to become president despite losing both the popular and electoral vote. John Quincy Adams. Seventh American president, founder of the Democratic Party who initiated a program of forced relocation of Native Americans. Andrew Jackson. Eighth American president, the first president born in the United States. Martin Van Buren. Ninth American president, held the longest acceptance speech in American history, but served the shortest time. William Henry Harrison. 10th American president, father of 15 kids and the first vice president to become president without getting elected. John Tyler. 11th American president, oversaw the greatest territorial expansion of the United States to date. James K. Polk. 12th American president, popular hero from the Mexican War of 1846 who died from cholera while in office. Zachary Taylor. 13th American president, began his formal schooling at the age of 19 and ended up marrying his teacher. Millard Fillmore. 14th American president, alcoholic, mocked as the hero of many a well-fought bottle. Franklin Pierce. 15th American president, his feeble efforts to resolve issues between the North and South are seen as contributing to bringing about the Civil War. James Buchanan. 16th American president, led the United States during the American Civil War until his assassination in April 1865. Abraham Lincoln. 17th American president, the poorest kid to ever become American president and the first to be impeached. Andrew Johnson. 18th American president, successful Northern commander during the Civil War who hated wearing a uniform. Ulysses S. Grant. 19th American president, won the most disputed and corrupt election in U.S. history by one single electoral vote. Rutherford B. Hayes. 20th American president, second American president to be assassinated. James A. Garfield. 21st American president, took office after James A. Garfield was shot and was the first president to have a personal valet. Chester A. Arthur. 22nd American president, the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. Grover Cleveland. 23rd American president, the first president to enjoy electricity in the White House. Benjamin Harrison. 24th American president, the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. Grover Cleveland. 25th American president, declared war against Spain in 1898 and later became the 3rd president to be assassinated. William McKinley. 26th American president, cowboy and boxer who created the nation's first national parks and oversaw the completion of the Panama Canal. Theodore Roosevelt. 27th American president, distinguished judge and overweight president who got stuck in his bathtub. William Howard Taft. 28th American president, led the United States into World War I and went on to form the League of Nations. Woodrow Wilson. 29th American president, died while in office and got his reputation destroyed by extramarital affairs and corruption charges. Warren G. Harding. 30th American president, man of famously few words and minimal federal intervention. Calvin Coolidge. 31st American president, successful engineer and humanitarian, but his weak response to the Great Depression lost him re-election. Herbert Hoover. 32nd American president, led the nation out of the Great Depression and became the only president to be elected 4 times. Franklin D. Roosevelt. 33rd American president, famous for the doctrine that formalized an American policy of Soviet containment. Harry S. Truman. 34th American president, came from success as a commanding general in World War II to successfully negotiating a truce in the Korean War. Dwight D. Eisenhower. 35th American president, the youngest president elected, who also became the youngest president to die while in office when he was shot in 1963. John F. Kennedy. 36th American president, enacted several social reforms but continued to escalate America's involvement in the Vietnam War. Lyndon B. Johnson. 37th American president, after the Watergate scandal, he became the only U.S. president to resign from office. Richard Nixon. 38th American president, appointed by Congress after the resignation of Richard Nixon, whom he pardoned. Gerald Ford. 39th American president, former peanut farmer and submariner who is remembered for the peace treaty between Egypt and Israel and the Iran hostage crisis. Jimmy Carter. 40th American president, former Hollywood actor and the first elected president to have been divorced. Ronald Reagan. 41st American president, decorated World War II pilot and director of the CIA. George H.W. Bush. 42nd American president, second president to be impeached following the Monica Lewinsky scandal. Bill Clinton. 43rd American president, ordered the invasion of Afghanistan and Iraq after the 9/11 terrorist attacks. George W. Bush. 44th American president, the first African American to hold the office. Barack Obama. 45th American president, the only president to be impeached twice. Donald Trump. 46th American president, at the age of 78, he became the oldest person ever to assume the office. Joe Biden.